Hello everyone and welcome back to this course from the Microsoft Cybersecurity Pro track, Managing Identity. This is the second lesson of the introductory section in which we'll discuss about the course, about how it's structured, about the expected learning, the prerequisites, and much more. First of all, I want to let you know that this course is the second course from a series of 9 courses which are meant to prepare you become a Microsoft cybersecurity professional. Basically, you will, after completing all the courses, you will be comfortable in implementing, configuring, and supporting the Microsoft security services. So please take a moment and take a look at this slide, which basically shows all the courses from the track and a few words about each course. So that being said, let's first of all establish who should be the audience for this course. Well, the audience for this course should be any cybersecurity enthusiast who wants to learn all about Microsoft security services. And of course, you don't need to go through the entire track. Maybe you are just interested in PowerShell security, for example, or maybe you're just interested in the security services offered by Microsoft Azure, or maybe you're just interested in the security features and services offered by the Windows 10 or Windows Server operating system. So you can take any of the courses, or you can take all the courses and complete the Microsoft Cybersecurity Professional track. So now let's talk about the prerequisites necessary before attending this course. So first of all, you should have some experience with Windows client administration, maintenance, and troubleshooting. You should have basic experience and, of course, understanding of Windows networking technologies, including Windows firewall, network settings, DNS, DHCP, Wi-Fi, and cloud services concepts. And again, when I say basic experience, I literally mean basic experience. Then an introductory level knowledge of Active Directory, of course, including functions of a domain controller, sign-on services, and understanding of group policy. You should have some knowledge and relevant experience in systems administration when using Windows Server 2000 R2 and Windows Server 2016. And last, you should have a good foundation in accessing and using simple PowerShell commands. And that is literally simple PowerShell commands. Now, let's have a look at the course overview at how I have structured this course. So first of all, in section 1, this is the introduction section. We are in the second lesson here about the course. In the next lesson, we'll discuss about how to set up the lab environment, because at the end of the course, you'll have a very, very cool lab in which you'll get to play with technologies like Microsoft Identity Manager, like privileged access management. You are going to get hands-on and actually deploy these technologies and configure them. So in the next lesson, we are going to discuss about how to set up the lab environment. There are some virtual machines involved. I will show you step by step on how to download the virtual machines, install them, and run them. Then we have the second section, which is actually, you can think of it as the first actual section of the course, right? Called Managing Identity. And here we'll discuss about identity as a service and the new control plane. And then in the second lesson, we'll get into security privileged access roadmap stage 2. Then we'll have the third section called Securing Active Directory, and we'll have one big lesson here called Active Directory Security, in which we'll have to cover and discuss about a lot of topics. Then going on to the fourth section, we are going to discuss here about Azure Active Directory, and we'll have two lessons here. In the first lesson, we'll discuss about identity federation and access solutions for the cloud, and in the second lesson, we are going to cover Azure security architecture. Here we'll discuss about lots of security services and capabilities offered in Azure. And that are, let's say, strictly related to Azure Active Directory. And then The last section of the course will discuss about the Active Directory, on-premises Active Directory and Kerberos protocol. And we'll have, again, one big lesson covering authentication and authorization in Active Directory. Here we'll talk about things like the components of the Kerberos protocol, the logon steps, the domain logon steps, and much, much more. Now that we've seen how the course is structured, let's talk about what is the expected learning. After completing this course, what will you walk away with, right? So, first of all, again, the course includes a mix of content, of videos, demonstrations. You have section review questions at the end of each section. You also have a final exam in the form of a practice test, a quiz, right? With questions to test your knowledge gained on the topics discussed throughout the course. And as I've mentioned earlier, you will have a hands-on lab, a very cool, I would say, hands-on lab available at the end of the course, which I strongly recommend that you go and complete. So after completing the course, you will be able to identify identity as a service, and you will be able to describe the new control plane, what it is, and how it works. You'll be able to describe this concept. You will be very familiar with the securing privileged access roadmap. You will be very familiar with securing Active Directory. You will learn Azure Active Directory and Azure Security Architecture. Again, you'll be comfortable explaining the authentication and authorization protocols in Active Directory on premises. You will be comfortable, let's say, implementing a PAM infrastructure, that is a privileged access management infrastructure, and of course, comfortable with implementing and verifying the functionality of privileged access management users, groups, and roles. And of course, I would say that you will gain much, much more from this particular course. I've already talked about it. You'll have a final exam review question available at the end of the course and the hands-on lab in which you will actually you will actually get to configure and install a lot of technologies like SQL Server, like SharePoint, like Microsoft Identity Manager. Then you'll get to configure these technologies, see how they work. You'll get to actually work with a Bastion forest with a different AD forest. You will configure a trust between the forests and so on. So it's a very, very, very cool lab from which I think you will walk away with a lot of hands-on experience about a variety of technologies and security services. So that being said, I'll see you in the next lesson where we'll discuss, where I'll show you step by step on how to prepare the lab environment, how to download the virtual machines necessary for the lab, how to run them, and so on. Again, I'll see you in the next lesson. I hope this has been informative for you, and thank you for viewing.